Future in Egypt as protesters say they won't end their sit-ins at Tahrir Square despite some concessions from the prime minister. Premier Essam Sharaf announced this week that he will reshuffle his cabinet and call for trials of former officials accused of killing protesters to be open to the public. But some say that's not good enough. Demonstrators have a list of demands for the government, from putting the accused officers on trial to ending the country's military rule. Mohamed ElBaradei was a visible figure during the February uprisings. The former UN nuclear chief is now a presidential candidate, of course, in Egypt, and he believes that there is just cause for the ongoing protests.
No, I think they have absolute right to feel frustrated and let down, John. Things are going very, very slow. Justice is being delayed. Security is not back in force. All the old apparatus of the Ministry of Interior are still in place. There is no clear roadmap as how we are going to cross the transition to a free and fair election. So there is a lot of frustration, there is a lot of angst, there is a lot of divisiveness right now. So it's a bit messy, John.
What would you do specifically that the military is not doing right now? In fairness, they've had their hands very full in the last 5 months.
What I would do is basically have a clear roadmap. When are we going to have the constitution? Who is going to write that constitution? How we are going to have the Constituent Assembly established? When are we going to have the presidential election? We need milestones, John, and we don't have any of that.
As you know, the government did do something right, and that is bring in $50 billion over a 5-year window to 2010. How would you make Egypt business-friendly while still trying to deal with the grinding poverty in the country? And this is the big challenge going forward.
There's a lot of huge interest in investing in Egypt because there's a lot of opportunities, and nobody wants to see Egypt go down the drain because of the impact on the entire region. So we have the human resources, we have the financial resources. It's just what we need is to see a proper transition. And once we have so-called stability and people know what is to be expecting tomorrow, I think we will be able to move forward but put a lot of priority on those who are disenfranchised, but making sure also that Egypt is ready for business, because we need all the money we can get right now, John.
Could we have the danger of slipping into a second revolution with all these people forming at Tahrir Square because of their frustrations, though?
One of the distinguishing features of the Egyptian revolution that it was amazingly peaceful, and we won't like to keep it peaceful. But if people feel that the revolution is being derailed, that nothing has been achieved, that there is no impact on their life, that people have not been put to trial, that there is no security, then it could get ugly. And that's why I hope that the message will go loud and clear to the army. The writing is on the wall, that people feel that things are not going in the right direction.
Do you think that your Gulf neighbors and the International Monetary Fund, the G8 who promised money, are doing enough? Do they get that sense of urgency that something must be done 5 months after the revolution?
I think they have the sense of urgency, but they have to deliver the goods. What I know that the money has not been yet deposited in Egypt, and we are going through a very precarious period in terms of financial situation, in terms of the budget. But I think they are aware that, as I mentioned, that this is a must, because Egypt has to move forward, has to be a role model for the rest of the Arab world. Otherwise, God help us.
Once again, Mohamed ElBaradei speaking to me there earlier from Cairo. Well, getting access to revenues is